Hey guys, how's it going? I'm just going to check if Facebook is live, and it is. So Facebook and YouTube both live, so hopefully they'll record as well as possible. As I said, sorry for anyone who's already watched my videos before. For anyone who's watching, potentially, hope you can hear my voice clearly enough by now. By the way, because I think I might have a cold or something, which I might come to in a second or so, but or a minute or so or whatever. But I like to record on as many places as possible. So if one platform deletes my video or whatever, or edits my video, at least I'll have a copy somewhere, hopefully. Please feel free to click my videos or whatever, or click them or whatever. I'm not really good at tech, but if you have a copy of my video somewhere, so if it does get deleted, at least I'll have a copy somewhere. I really appreciate that. Yeah, still not rumbling. I don't know if you heard that. Anyway, hope you can hear me clear enough. As I say, I went last night. I mean, yesterday I was feeling fine. And last night I went to sleep and my nose was really running. I can't say what's going on here, and I was coughing a little bit, spluttering a bit, as I say. And I'm kind of used to it. But today, being today, I woke up and I was, funny enough, I woke up on a fairly decent amount of time, and I was going to get my plans for today and for tomorrow were to wake up, go to watch make a video, and then go and watch the footy, go and watch the Celtic game. But hopefully they play some football today. But they don't always play football properly or whatever. But hopefully the game doesn't get cancelled either. But hopefully they actually play football. But yeah, hopefully most importantly we don't blow it and get 3 points or whatever. But anyway, I feel like I've got a cold or something, so I thought I better cancel. So I think I'll leave the footy. I did want to go for a nice walk. I went to walk to see my stepdad yesterday, and he gave me a shave and all that kind of thing. But anyway, I'm a bit, excuse the expression, but gutted. I used to say that's what I used to say at school, and also it's a term my dad said. Like he used to work at one point in like a place where they actually had to use the expression, but gut pigs as a vegetarian. That's quite a bad one, but he got annoyed when my siblings used that term. So sorry if anyone doesn't like that term by any chance, but disappointed, shall I say? It might be a polite way of saying it, but I do like to use the term gutted. So please excuse me. I don't literally, of course, and it is a first world problem, of course. But anyway, I think I might have to miss out, and also going to the tea morning. It's called a coffee morning officially, but tea morning for me because I don't drink coffee. It's don't know the taste, I'm afraid, but it does have an addictive character. It's probably for the best because if you drink too much of that stuff, it's bad. Like anything, I suppose. But unlike tea, of course. But anywho, so yeah, I might have to miss that, which is like some places I go, it's like you only have to put a donation in, and they don't really ask for any money. So you can put either a very small donation, like 10p or 20p or whatever, or you can just or not in some cases. But yeah, so sometimes I have free tea and biscuits. Although sometimes I bring them a treat to say thank you for that service for me and others. But yeah, in this one it's like 50p, but it's quite. If you think about it, like, by the time you boil the kettle and all that kind of thing, you're probably paying £1 for each cup of tea you make at home. I think probably. Anyway, even if it's 50p, like if you have 2 or 3, adds up and all that kind of thing, and you have biscuits and all that kind of thing, you get to chat. But yeah, it's mostly old biddies there, old biddies if you like. So I thought I'll give it a miss. I think tomorrow unless I'm feeling a lot better, I might just give it a miss and focus on my plans, but try and catch up on my plans. But anyway, this is about 10 days late because I didn't really know it was Uganda's Independence Day on the 9th, so I thought I'd make a video about Uganda about my ideas to benefit Uganda rather, because I did make one yesterday about Rwanda, or well, my 4 parts as usual. So I thought I'd do the Uganda version. But anyway, here goes. These are pointers number 1 to 10. So I'm still hoping to go for a short walk anyway, because as lazy as I am, so I'll try and get to the list in a bit. But as lazy as I am, I still I don't think I could lie in bed all day or whatever, or just watch YouTube all day. After a while, I'd get a bit bored. I'd want to do at least writing or make videos like this. And every day, I like to leave my house at least for 10 or 15 minutes for a walk, get a bit of fresh air, and to sort of relax my mind and all that kind of thing. Anyway, here goes. So number one, I've got to admit, I normally love and wish to support all African nations equally, pretty much. And Uganda, just like most of Africa, was colonized. I think they say only Ethiopia and I'm not sure if it's Sierra Leone or Liberia or something like that are the only nations which are not colonized technically, or even Ethiopia. The Italians tried to invade a few times, but or at least once, but they were too strong. But yeah, so there are good reasons I feel to support, as an anti-imperialist, to support Africa, even though I'm not black or whatever. But I definitely think black people are more to support. But I would support Rwanda a bit more than Uganda because they did kick the Asians out. So there is one reason why I wouldn't support them. But at the same time, they were colonized. But for a risk of repeating myself, please forgive me for repeat myself as I normally do, but I'm afraid. But I would love for Uganda to, from a selfish point of view, I'd love for Uganda. I thought I'd include some of the negatives as well, like how they kicked Asians out and all that kind of thing. But with Uganda, I would love for them to invest in and or sponsor, just like I'd love for Rwanda to sponsor AS Roma. Give my use of alliterations, and it's AS Roma, but to sponsor Roma. I would love for, and even invest into, I would love for Uganda to invest into an Italian team called Udinese, as well as Celtic as well. But I hope to come to that. I was thinking of the selfish one, like to invest in Udinese and have like a sponsorship deal, just like Rwanda does with Arsenal and PSG. I'd love for Uganda to do with Udinese and Celtic as well. But also, I'd love to support startups and all that kind of thing. Uganda. Number two, I suppose I'm going to try not to repeat, as I say, too much what I said in the videos about Rwanda. So please check out those videos so that you will. So I won't repeat what I said too much there if I can help it. Yeah, so same sort of things I want to do for Rwanda, but probably at a slightly lesser scale. I'd love to do for Uganda as well because as I say, they kicked the Asians out, and they had Idi Amin, who was a dictator. I suppose his reason was like the Asians didn't integrate as much with the African people, but I mean they were colonized, so I think there is a reason to support. They did lose their liberty and that kind of thing, but yeah, they were colonized, as I say. But yeah, sorry. Moving on to number three. I'd love to learn about Uganda, sorry, and Udinese. But number three, I'd love to promote libertarianism in African nations, including Uganda. And talking about liberty, I'll be back. I'm just going to let my cat in. I'll be back 1 second. So moving on, sorry. Number four, not the most professional of me, I know, but I thought my cat wanted to go in. I could hear him. He seemed to be like trying to get into, what do you call it, roaring at the door, whatever you call it. But yeah, sorry. One disadvantage of doing my videos live. Normally, I can't stand getting distracted when I do my videos, and I sort of want to focus and all that kind of thing. But I thought, talking about freedom, giving my cat the freedom. I think he actually wants to go out again after he eats. He normally wants to go out, probably get some exercise. Although he can do that in the house. But number four, I hope Uganda, talking about their history, and I suppose similar like what I said about Rwanda, learning about their history. I'd love for Rwanda to learn. I do get those names mixed up at the moment. Well, I don't always seem to get them mixed up. I do tend to see them as very similar, but today I'm getting them very mixed up because I was talking about Rwanda yesterday, of course. I suppose because I think the names are so similar, I thought I'd cover them together. But also I thought that because it's the 19th today and their Independence Day was on the 9th, apparently, I thought I'd cover it. Obviously, 19th and 9th, all that kind of thing. But got to admit, I didn't know it was an Independence Day on the 9th, but I probably would have covered videos like this on that day if I had known, although I did put the plans perhaps. But anyhow, I hope they have as much peace as possible, and I hope they learn from the past. And yeah, I hope to do similar. As I say, I'd love to visit Uganda and things like that, support them as well as the rest of Africa, and do similar to projects that I'd love to do, projects, ventures and adventures that I'd love to do for Rwanda and for Rwanda as well. But Rwanda, I'd probably support a little bit more again for that reason I mentioned it earlier. And number 5, I'd still love to support them with their ambitions, their startups, SMEs, entrepreneurs, and all sorts of projects that hopefully benefit African nations, including obviously Uganda. And they were colonized, as I say, and I hope they'll learn from the past, like to make sure they don't elect a nutter like Idi Amin. Hopefully they'll elect someone a lot better. I mean, I think there's an interesting speech on that note by Fred Swaniker, if I pronounced his name right, and he talked about on TEDx, he talked about the leaders who ruined Africa and the ones who can make it better. And I think they need a lot more young people with fresh ideas. I know people might say wisdom comes with age, but a lot of people want to hang on to power in a lot of African nations, including the Arab ones, and as it happens. But yeah, I hope they learn their lessons from history and elect a unifying leader. And I hope they'll achieve their ambitions as individuals and as a group as well. Number 6, as I say, from a selfish point of view, I would love for them to invest into and have a sponsorship deal, just like Visit Rwanda does with Arsenal and PSG. I dream they'll have with Roma and Celtic in their case, but with Uganda, as I say, I'd love for them to invest into and or at least sponsor Udinese, like visit Uganda on their shirts or whatever, and invest in the club, have shares in the club and all that kind of thing. But with their town teams, normally I'd love for them to be co-owned by companies and investors, as I said in the past, with the same letter or letters, like Paramount to invest in Parma and that kind of thing. And yeah, also with Celtic as well, which I hope to come to. But I'd love to see what they can achieve if they work together. And number 7, I normally say, like nowadays I say, many hands make light work, and I think there's a lot of strength to working together and being united together. And as I say, I'd love for them to invest into it and sponsor Celtic as well, and make those robots to make life easier, as I talk about quite a few times when it comes to Africa. Again, I mentioned that in previous videos, so I'm probably not going to go into details too much in this one. But as I say, these videos are mainly to wish Uganda a happy Independence Day and for something to work on. I'd love to find out about the history of Uganda as well as other African nations, as like Rwanda and the rest of Africa. But I hope there'll be like lessons from history. Like ideally, for me personally, I'd say any nation that kicks out Indians or Asians, generally, hopefully their economy will go downhill, because I think it's unfair, like the hard work Indians and other Asians do. I know I'm not a hard-working person, but I like to work smart instead. But for me, it's like if it's fun and enjoyable. I love the irony of being able to make money by doing something that's fun and enjoyable. Like I think, what if I wrote books and actually enjoyed writing those books and could monetize them, make money from them, and then in my case give that money away to things like Town Football, Celtic, libertarianism, African nations, or nations that are colonized generally, and tackling poverty and that kind of thing, and spreading joy. Number 8, I say I hope that Uganda will learn this lesson from history, and hopefully it will improve its relations with Asian nations. But yeah, because they kicked the Asians out, it probably would be the nation I would support amongst the least in Asia. In Africa. Although I'd try and be equal for all the African nations and support them, I'd still want to support them, I'd say, because they were colonized. And just like I said with Rwanda and South Africa, I think that anti-Nazis and people who are against anti-black hate should support Uganda, in my opinion, as well as the rest of Africa. And I think like showing what Africa can do when they build together, like all those people who are African haters, that kind of thing, saying black people never built anything, and especially like saying Africa never built anything or whatever. I think they could give big two fingers to those by inviting people from across Africa and people from the diaspora to show what they can build and build with the rest of Africa, especially. Um, and hopefully they'll learn, as they learn once again, from the history of hate and why hate is a bad idea, and learn to love instead of hate. I often think like hate rhymes with hate, but I turn it into love because I feel love. Um, and I'm wearing my AC Milan cap. I was talking about Udinese and Roma, but I'm a big fan of Italian football generally and mad, as you know, probably by now. Number 9, I love to support all sorts of projects, ventures, and adventures from Uganda. Well, they're poets, artists, writers, singers, songwriters, singer-songwriters, musicians generally, maybe even the film industry. I don't know if Uganda has a film industry, if I'm honest, but maybe they could make one or improve on the one they have if they already have one. They could learn from other nations like Nigeria with Nollywood, maybe the rest of Africa can learn from those. And that kind of thing, which makes me think of an idea, but I'm not going to cover it right now. And number 10, I love to support young people, including Ugandan YouTubers, TikTokers, and social media influencers generally from Uganda. And if you know any facts, stats, figures, info, and general knowledge or whatever about Uganda, I should probably simplify it by just saying facts about Uganda, those same sort of thing. Please let me know in the comments. Please let me and others know in the comments, and I'm out.